Hi, it's Tuesday, December 22nd, 2015. This afternoon I'll be talking about Bitcoin, fiat money, and the bucket of water. You might find that a strange term, but you'll find out later what I mean. In my previous video, spoke about two articles. The one in Zero Hedge about the infographic of money and markets by the visual capitalist, a guy called Jeff Desjardins. And the other article I spoke about was Bitcoin Kills Banking by Ann Reffin blog. I will be focusing on the latter, Bitcoin Kills Banking. And Ann Reffin in the article about Bitcoin explains how fiat money and the blockchain Bitcoin system are similar but also different. The similarity is that both are ledger systems, systems of accounting for debit and credit. But the difference, one of the differences is that the fiat money system is a private ledger controlled by the central banking system and their allied private banks, while the blockchain ledger of debit and credit is actually public, digital, open, and they're virtually cost-free. The other difference is that one system of ledger dilutes the wealth stored in that ledger, i.e. the fiat money ledger, mainly because fiat money system of ledger uses a money that can be created out of thin air in secret by a cartel of central banks and private banks. So they can create with no effort as much money and credit as they wish. So people who store their wealth in that system, their wealth will get diluted as time goes by, and they also pay a lot of fees for transferring the wealth to this monopoly. While in the Bitcoin ledger, the system is ruled by scarcity because Bitcoin is limited to 21 million Bitcoins, and up to now, I think Bitcoin started out in 2009, and up to now there's been 14.99 million Bitcoins mined, according to the Bitcoin entry in Wikipedia. The limit is 21 million, and it's only expected to be reached by the year 2140. So there's scarcity. So if you store wealth in the Bitcoin ledger, your wealth will not be diluted because it's very hard to increase the money supply of Bitcoin because the mining requires a great amount of computer power and work. So it's not easily produced as fiat money. So those are the differences. And as I said, there is a similarity that they're ledgers. So where does the bucket of water come in? Well, basically, Ann Reffin explains that if we take the fiat money system and equate it to a bucket, the wealth that goes in the bucket, the water, never, for society as a whole, that bucket never gets filled up because the private bankers and their central banking system diluted through inflation and fees. So it's like that bucket has got little holes in them and it's always leaking, and you can never fill the bucket, and the bucket never gets bigger either, which would imply that society would be able to create more wealth, and that wealth would be more and more valuable relative to the medium of exchange or the money. And in that case, it would be Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, when the bucket is filled up, it doesn't drain away because it's a public and open ledger system, There's no inflation because it's very limited and difficult to create Bitcoins. So the Bitcoin bucket, just like the basket of goods in the gold standard, for example, $1 of gold in 1800 would have bought a certain amount of goods, and by 1900 that same dollar of gold would have bought twice the amount. So the money was getting more and more valuable, and you had more and more goods and services produced, and that's the function of sound money. And Bitcoin can provide that because, like gold, it's a scarce system, while fiat money can't. Look at what you could buy with $1 or £1 sterling in 1900. It's a lot more than you can buy today. You can virtually buy nothing with £1 today. Here in the UK, you could buy a can of Coke and that's it. So that's the bucket of water analogy, and I thought that was really good. So in the fiat money system, basically society tries to, creates wealth, puts it in that bucket, and the bankers drain it, and that bucket's never full. Hence, always, we're, as a society, we're always like, struggling, there's never enough for anyone, even though, we can be productive and provide services. The majority of people are always poor, and that tiny percentage of people near the banking system siphon off the wealth. In the Bitcoin world, the bucket would get bigger and bigger and fuller, and that Bitcoin would continue to buy more and more goods because it's it's limited. And of course there would probably be competing cryptocurrencies, but they'd have to be as good as Bitcoin. So that's what I wanted to talk about, the bucket of water. Now you know what it is. Have a good day. Take care.